already know that vintage clothing is one of the most profitable categories in all of reselling right now. But you might be wondering, why is it then that my items are just sitting? Well, after reselling the last 8 years and making over 100,000 flipping used clothes, I can tell you this: it's not the algorithm, it's not the platform, and it's not the economy. It's a few very specific mistakes that resellers make that are quietly killing your sales. So in today's video, I'm breaking down the 10 mistakes that resellers make when it comes to vintage and how to fix them. Let's start with mistake number 1. Just because it's old does not mean it's desirable. Vintage does not sell just because it's vintage. It sells because it fits a look. Buyers are going for 90s grunge, Y2K, Western, 70s boho, cottagecore. If it doesn't match an aesthetic, a rare detail, or a brand that's desirable, it's just an old item. And old items don't equal sales. Mistake number 2 has to do with sizing, and there's a couple things to think about here. Vintage sizes run smaller than today's sizes, and if you have a lot of smaller items, it's more likely that they're just going to sit. And here's what most resellers miss. Those larger sizes are very rare when it comes to vintage, but if you can come across them, they are going to sell better, sell faster, and sell for more money. Extra large and plus size were not very common decades ago, so they sell fast because of limited supply. Always keep size in mind when you're sourcing, listing, and pricing your items. Mistake number 3. If your item looks like a retro piece, but you haven't actually shown the shopper that the item is truly vintage, that's gonna be a harder sell. You need to build that buyer trust before they make the purchase. So how do you do this? Well, there's a few simple ways, including taking close-up pictures of things like the tag, care labels, the country of origin, the stitching, the interior construction. Even take close-ups of things like the snaps and zippers. Those type of details build buyer trust and they lead to sales. Mistake number 4. Vintage sizing is extremely inconsistent. If you're not clearly showing armpit to armpit, length, rise, inseam, buyers will hesitate, and that hesitation kills sales. Vintage buyers expect measurements, so make sure that you never skip this piece. Mistake number 5. Now, this is one of the best ways if you want to kill your sales, and that is to get your pricing wrong. It's really easy to price based on what you want for the item, on nostalgia, on one crazy sold comp. Or maybe there's no comps at all, and so you price crazy high, out of the park, a price that nobody's gonna pay. Instead, when you're pricing your items, you want to look at what I call sales velocity. How often does it sell? How many are listed? What is the sell-through? Never price based on emotion alone. Always go back to the data. Now, there's a lot that goes into pricing vintage, especially if you can't find comparable sales. I have a video specifically on pricing if that's something that you'd like to check out, and I'll link to that up here. Mistake number 6. If your title says vintage denim jean jacket, then your listing is essentially invisible. Why? Because vintage buyers search differently. They type in words like Y2K, single stitch, dead stock, union made, acid wash. If you're not layering era, aesthetic, construction details, then you're leaving money on the table. Now, if you're getting value out of this video so far, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and let's keep going. Number 7, calling everything rare. If everything's rare, nothing's rare. The thing is, vintage buyers are educated, so only use the word rare when it's actually true. If it's an unusual size, a hard to find graphic, overusing the term rare weakens trust, and credibility is everything when it comes to vintage. Number 8, vintage can have flaws, but there's a difference between character and damage. Major stains, dry rot, crinkly elastic, heavy odor, Most of the time, those types of items aren't worth reselling. And if you've listed items like that, chances are they'll just sit. Now, there's a few exceptions to this rule where buyers are not only buying, but spending a ton of money on flawed items that have character, but they're very specific pieces. If you'd like to know what those pieces are, then I'll link to this video up here for you. The takeaway here is that with most vintage, buyers accept and expect wear. That comes with the territory, but they don't accept disappointment. Mistake 9, incomplete research on actual demand. A few examples of this. Not all vintage band tees sell equally as well. Not all 80s denim is desirable. Not all old tags equal profit. If you're not checking sold comps, available listings, sell-through on multiple levels, then you're just guessing. And that kind of guessing leads to slow inventory. Number 10, this is one that a lot of resellers miss. If your entire inventory is only high-ticket vintage pieces, then your sales will likely stall and be inconsistent. That's when you start thinking things like, I'm doing everything right. Why are my things just sitting? This is where having an overall strategy really matters. Part of a balanced inventory that brings in consistent sales, consistent income is going to be made up of 4 parts. Higher value items, then you've got bread and butter items that are kind of middle of the road, and then lower priced but steady movers. And the smallest piece of the pie, but often the most profitable, are rare pieces. And this is where a lot of vintage comes in. When you position vintage correctly inside of your mix, that's when you're going to get more consistent sales. And here's the thing. Your inventory mix is completely personal of what works for you. And that's exactly the kind of things that we work on inside of the Empowered Reseller. Simplifying reselling for you so you can stop second guessing yourself at every single decision and start making consistent sales. If you're ready for that, then the Empowered Reseller is linked below. Now, if you want to know which vintage pieces are actually trending right now and how to spot them before everyone else, click or tap the screen to watch this next video where I break down the vintage pieces consistently selling and why. Click here and I'll see you there.